Welcome back to another episode. In this week's episode, I really wanted to talk about just how the new purpose of, I am officially 39 years old, and I really have gone into this journey of this past year since I got on social media back in 2016, in the fall of 2016, to grow my own business because I knew I wanted to do something different. How to give authentically and really prioritize well-being. I've always have talked about this, but now it's more of a focus on that. And I really wanted to give more of like an authentic, and by authentic, I mean like a real, like raw, uncensored, of what that truly means in all of our forms and as we change and evolve. Because none of us stay the same. We're constantly changing and evolving. And I think it's so important that we embrace that. And with that, in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about just how to like give authentically in your life. And of course, that trickles into your business, but really about you as a person. How can you show up? How can you give your best when you are going through so much personally? Because life is going to happen and things are going to happen. And this, I've gone through so many things. I'm going to be very open in this episode, as always. So, I've dealt with, family passing away while I'm away on a class or on vacation, dealing with just legal matters and, dealing with the stressors of having a sick kid at home and I need to go to work and going to work sick and having things going on in my life and having health issues, not knowing if this is the last time I'm going to be able to do a beauty service because of my health issues. Those are things that I really have gone through in the past few years. And I've had to show up. And I also got to show up and I got to give authentically and I got to cry it out. There's been even some episodes that I've shared throughout the years where I have cried literally on live because of the reality of how hard it is to deal with. And I want to start out with this video I saw today, which it narrated so beautifully. And it's by Dr. Gaber. I forget his last name. But he was talking about being the oldest. So I happen to be the oldest of four. And it talks about like the oldest, we're always used to like giving the love that we always wish we had that we didn't get and the support that we didn't get, and we're everybody's anchor, but who's there to help and anchor for us, right? And how we like really struggle with change, and because like we're the ones always holding everybody together, and it's like, when do I get time to fill on my own cup? And that it's okay to grow up and be your own person and live out your own dreams for yourself, not for others. And I really wanted to start with that because when I got into this industry 9 years ago this October, or this September, which is insane. 9 years ago this September, I went to the beauty school for the first day, and I did not know how much my life would be transformed and how much I would change and evolve as a human and as a person and my personal life because of this decision to choose myself. I grew up with the whole mentality. I left corporate, okay? I had my own office. I ran an office. I was office manager. I left my title. I left my nice, comfy office with my desk. I left the boss position. I got to hire and fire people, which firing is not the easiest or funnest, but it's what happens. And I learned so much through that. I also left, I worked at a school and I loved the school. To be honest with you, like I thought that was going to be my job for the rest of my life. Like I just loved it. It was a perfect schedule. I still got paid during the summers. Like it was just perfect. I got to be with my kids all summer, have all summer off. I made enough money at that time to sustain my living and to be comfortable at home. So it was just like amazing job. And just, life happened. And I ended up becoming a beauty professional. I'm sharing all of this with you because sometimes we feel so alone because like nobody gets it, right? Nobody gets it that you have a kid. Nobody gets it that you're pregnant and you're doing beauty shows and, going to teach classes and flying with a belly, with a baby in your belly. Like I've done all the things, and not all the things, but most of the things. And I'm here to share with you authentically that it has been hard at times. It hasn't been easy. And So how can you show up and give authentically when you're dealing with life and you're going through all these changes? And I just share my examples, but I would love to hear from you. Like, what have you gone through? What have been really hard things that you're navigating through at the moment, or have gone through that, you still have to show up for your business and your clients? And like, how can you actually like give authentically where you feel really good about it, right? So with that, let's get started. And I'm going to share how I showed up. So, first of all, I showed up as the best I could. And I have talked about this in the podcast before. There was a beauty professional who told me I wouldn't be successful in my business if I didn't dress up and wear makeup and look the part. And I'm so grateful to that person, because I went on this freaking like 2.5 year of like, fuck it, I'm gonna go show up without makeup and messy natural hair and as I am the day of, dressed as a mom, and we're gonna see what happens. And I still got to work with Pinterest and different big brands. I get paid and got amazing business owners in my podcast, and there's this beautiful opportunities, all publishings, all this stuff happened, even though showing up as that. And this is the key thing that nobody will share with you, that I want to share with you today. The key of that is not that you show up without makeup or whatever, or like a hot mess. The key to that is that you show up authentically. I have friends that will not leave the house unless they have makeup on their face. I have friends that will not leave the house unless their hair is done. And I love that for them. I have friends that won't leave the house unless they're dressed up. I love that for them. But they're being true to who they are. Maybe for you, like, your aesthetic and your vibe is totally different outfit, and it's quirky or it's different. And that's beautiful. Show up as you are. The best that you can is the moral of this story. It's like, I showed up the best that I could aesthetically on the outside. Okay, I'm like, okay, I brushed my hair. It's heck of crazy. I put on some clean clothes. I took a shower. I just got out of the shower. I'm brushing my hair. My hair is dripping wet, but I'm showing up. I'm still showing up. And that's what I did. I literally showed up the best that I could during those moments. And sometimes it's so hard. Now it's so much more easier, honestly. I feel like social media is so easy now. But back then, it's like, dude, you had to be the part. You had to be aesthetic, and Instagram aesthetics and everything, and how everything looks, right? And it was so hard for me to get out of that box for myself. But I'm so grateful I did it. And I'm here to share with you today that if you're going through something hard, first of all, let me send you my love. Seriously, because, gosh, I've gone through so many hard things where I felt so alone. Second of all, you are not alone. And third, I may not understand everything you're going through, but I can seriously, sincerely tell you that I give you love, and that you can show up as best as you can, even if it looks different to what it looked like before. I've been going through my Instagram feed, and I went back for years, and there was years where I'm like, okay, I was a hot mess. And there's years where like, oh my gosh, she's fucking beautiful. And then I got sick, and I can see where I'm trying to figure out my life and my business. And then I figure it out, and it looks beautiful. But I remember I was forcing it, okay? And I'm being real with you how I showed up. I was being forceful. There was a period before I showed up authentically, just with my messy hair and wet dripping hair on lives and on my feed and on my stories. I was forcing it, and I literally was not growing. I was stuck. Like, I was stuck with 1,500 followers. I remember I was like a freaking stuck mode. And I didn't really mind it, because I was still being successful in my own way. But I was like, dude, why am I not growing? And it's every time that I just, like, honestly, every time I'm stuck in a rut or in a number, as soon as I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm going to just show up as I am, things start happening, And it doesn't always have to equate to followers. And I really want to emphasize that today too. When we show up to give authentically to our clients or to our audience, or, depending on what type of business that you have, like, it can grow. My business has grown so much. Last year, my business grew 70%, okay? And I'm sharing that with you. The only reason why I'm sharing that with you, that I grew up 70%, is that I showed up different. I show up different all the time. You can literally go on my Instagram today at Celeste the Stylist. I posted my mobile salon, and the reality and the truth why I did buy a used trailer rather than a new one, I was trying to be eco-friendly. That's freaking true. Like, I literally have, in our home, we bought it's not a brand new dining set. Everybody thinks it's brand new. It was hilarious. One of my brother-in-laws came over, who I really love. Okay, I only love 3 of them, so I'm being honest here. And one of them are married couples, so they count as one. But anyway, so they came over like, oh my gosh, I don't want to sit here. Your dining room set's so beautiful. It's literally thrifted. It got thrifted from the thrift store, okay? So like this is stuff I really do in my real life. Like if I can buy something recycle or repurpose it from a thrift store. I literally have old vintage books that I bought for 25 cents and $1 each that I use for my decor. And also I didn't want them to go into the trash because I think it's beautiful how I have these old books that have been through so many hands and people, and now they're here in my home to decorate my house and give me an aesthetic of old vibes, which I love. Like I'm being real, like this is really me. Like I am, that's why I did the camper and the mobile. Like as you can tell, I'm not posting about hair. I'm not posting, oh, here's my bride. I'm not posting, here's how you curl. I'm posting like real stuff that really matters to me. And taking care of our earth is something that I'm really passionate about. And I try to do also, I don't buy fast fashion, right? Like literally, like I'm recycle my clothes. Like I put them in bins when it's winter. I take it out when it's summer. Like it's just stuff, weird stuff that I do to try to be eco-friendly. Like my kids, I try to teach them not to be into high, fast fashion, which fast fashion is like today, like, this month it's trending to wear, baggy pants. And next month it's like, bell bottoms. Like, no, like you wear your clothes until like it's done. And if it's in good condition or you barely even wear it, some of them still has tags on them because they do that sometimes. We'll go donate them to, thrift stores that help people, like that where I bought my table. Like it actually is not only thrifted and it saved it from going to the garbage and it's being repurposed, but also when I bought that table, all the money went into a charity that goes for hospice care, which is something that's very important to me as well. So you see what I mean? Like I'm just sharing this with you because giving the best that you can authentically and the best way that you can show up as yourself and give in a way where you're like also taking care of yourself matters, and it trickles all around your life and your business, right? So I want you to start thinking about that within your own life. Maybe for you, like, this is not the vibe. You're like, Celeste, that's so cool that you do that. But, like, I am not holistic and I am not going to go buy thrifty stuff. And that's cool. Like, I'm so happy for you. Like, you know who you are. But in order to give authentically, we need to show up authentically as we are. It's number one. Even when life happens and hard things are going on in life, like, it's so important that you are able to, show up as yourself, the best that you can, give the best that you can during that time. So now let's talk about prioritizing your well-being, okay? So I am a person who doesn't, I have rewarded this for myself. Anxiety is a part of me. Anxiety is not me. Okay, but it was very, it showed up really, really, really strong in my life. And to the point that it was hormonal. And I'm on, hormones to help it better. And now it's better. It's like 50% less, which is amazing. But before this, and I can still remember it because it has been like 6 months that I've had this new lifestyle. I'm like, oh my God, it feels amazing and beautiful to just relax. And I have my anxiety taking over every freaking day, everything I do. It was really hard. And I really had to learn to prioritize my well-being. And as a mom of 3, and I also have my husband, I have a dog, and, I also help my husband and co-own another business. It's a lot, okay? And I also do volunteer work, okay? And I'm not saying this like, oh my gosh, look at me. No, I'm just telling you, like, sharing with you, like, just the reality of what my life is like, okay? I really had to prioritize well-being, and these are the things that have really helped me. First, learn to say no. No is your best friend. Even when I go to volunteer stuff, like yesterday we had our meeting, somebody needed to take over another task. And I said, I am sorry, but I do not have the capability to take something else, okay? And somebody told me like, oh, I remember those days when I would work so much and I was so busy. I'm like, oh no, I'm not trying to be busy. I just really need to prioritize myself, and I cannot put something else on my plate because I need that time, right? And here on the podcast, I'm going to share with you, I need that time to go on walks. I literally took my dog on a walk today. I need that time to go to meditate. I need that time to journal. I need that time to create this podcast. I need that time to do other things. I need time to sit in silence. I need time to enjoy my super clean, quiet house before my kids come home. These are things that help me in my well-being. It may sound selfish, like, oh my gosh, she's such a bad mom. She wants to be alone in her quiet, clean house. No, that brings me happiness, and it makes me feel really good about myself. And it makes me feel good that when my kids get home and they make it a mess and they throw their shoes and backpacks everywhere and there's crumbs all over the table, and it's, they're fighting over the silly putty. It makes me feel sane that I have that one time a day where my house is clean and quiet and I enjoy it. Okay, so I'm prioritizing my well-being. Also, like, think about it, it has to trickle everywhere in your life. Okay, and this is what I mean. So, like, in my business, like, I have guidelines where everybody knows how to communicate with me. If a bride that has booked me wants to talk to me on the phone, they know exactly how to book me. You know what? They're booking me. They're booking the calls and on their own, and I have nothing to do except I know when the reminder comes up and I show up and I take care of them at that time. And that's what I mean. That's prioritizing well-being. I'm not ignoring them. They don't feel left out. They love it. They love it exactly how they know when I'll get back to them, how to get a hold of me, how to get on the phone with me. Like, that's what I mean. Like, we're prioritizing our well-being by having clear communication and a clear roadmap of how it is to do business with you. Okay. And I'm just sharing that with you because how can you prioritize your well-being? And, like, I'm here and I'm being totally honest and candid with you. Okay. Like, I am not like some thin, skinny little thing, okay? Like, no. I'm a real woman, with lots of curves. Right now I'm going through my little weight loss journey again, because for health reasons, not for beauty reasons. So, but mental well-being is so important. And there's been times where, let's talk about well-being, like, get support. Like, I've gotten support. And I know it's a privilege to be able to do that, but I have had a therapist. I'm able to go to sound bath healings with my best friend Ricardo. Shout out to my friend Ricardo. He taught me about that, and he opened the door up for that for me. I've learned to meditate. I go to get a facial once a month, where I also get like to meditate during that session and in a quiet space. And like, there's so many things that I do. I go on walks, I go on hikes. I go to the gym. So, I try to eat healthy. I have changed, and just like being a better person, like, I still trust me. I still go get Chick-fil-A. I know it's bad for me. Sometimes I go get my Sprite at McDonald's. Okay, I know that's bad for me. So well-being, I think I had to get out of the mindset that, like, oh, that means I'm everything organic and I'm growing like my fruits and veggies out of my garden, because that ain't gonna happen. I do not have a green thumb. Most plants will die on me, okay? Except a few. A few have been really happy and survived. But well-being is just literally about taking care of yourself, of your being as a human, as a person, in your home, in your space, at work. What are things that you can do to take care of yourself? Maybe it's drinking more water, Maybe for your well-being is being able to say, hey, like, if you decide that your clients get to text you, maybe you decide, like, hey, you're able to, a clear little guide that you can create it on Canva, a little guide for all your new clients and existing clients. Hey, these are the best ways to contact me via text from 1 to 4 p.m., Tuesday to Friday or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, prioritize your well-being. Also, with your friendships, let's talk about that. So I have a really close circle, and I am no longer ashamed of that. Like, I feel like a relationship is a two-way street, and it may sound mean, but for me, like, it's really important to have people that are going to support me, clap for me, and also are doing their own work to become a better person. They say that you're the top 5 people that you're around. So just like I'm trying to better myself and be a better human in person, I want people around me like that as well. And so for friendships, I also have boundaries. Like, I cannot be friends with somebody who needs me 24/7 or wants to call me to gossip or tell me how bad the life is, like, 24/7. Like, that's not going to work for me. Like, I'm just not the type of person. I know I may sound really mean, but that's called boundaries. So even with friendships, we need to have boundaries, like, If my friend needs me at 2 in the morning, she or he better freaking call me on the phone because I'm going to go rush to their house and go help them. They know I got them like that, okay? But there's boundaries in regards to like, but they also know that I am not going to go out and party out till 4 in the morning, at the club, because those days are over for me. But they know like we can go have lunch, or they know we can go to like a healing sound bath together, or that we can go meditate together, or we can go on a walk, right? It's like being allowed to say no, also to like cancel your plans. Hey, you know what? I woke up not feeling well. Oh, no worry, I'll see you next time, right? Like there's no like you have to show up when they say, and like you have to remember their birthday and give them presents, and you have to know, like it's like this beautiful calm relationship in friendships, and that's prioritizing my well-being, right? Choosing who's in my life, and you get to choose who's in your life, like who is providing like that peace or that well-being that you're needing in your business and you're also needing in your life. And in business, sometimes you're gonna have to cut cords. Like throughout the years, I've had so many mentors and that have helped me, but I literally have had to cut cords because some of them is just monetarily, I saw through it. Others, like I've outgrown them, or if we switch, or like, like they're doing something different now in their business, or different things happen, right? Like that's the thing about prioritizing your well-being, is that you get to change and evolve, and you get to change and evolve also who's around you and how you even run your business. I run a business where it really is going to prioritize my well-being and my family life. And that may not work for everybody. I understand that, but it works very well for me. And I no longer, like, I stopped judging myself, honestly, in 2018 when I went to go rent that chair. And I had, like, less than 10 clients in my book of business. And I just went to go rent the chair. I was like, well, we'll see what happens. I knew going part-time was the best thing for me. That was not trending, okay? It was hustle. That was hustle, like, era. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so booked. I have, like, a list, a 3-month wait list. Like, that was the thing that people were like, yeah, you rock. Like, what do you mean you want to go part-time? That means you suck, or you're not that busy, Like, that was, like, the era of the 2018. But I wasn't like that. I wasn't. And it took so much hard work to learn not to judge myself, because I'm prioritizing my life and my business to be in harmony with each other. So I just want you to like just be open to see how can you provide more, how can you show up authentically more, or more like your true self in whatever form or whatever you're going through. How can you do that in your business? And also, like, how can you prioritize your well-being? Like, what's something, a little change that you can actually make today, right? So for me, I know it sounds dumb, but I'll share with you. So I'm going to change my creamer. I have a food allergy to oat, and I need to stop drinking oat milk, but I love it, but I need to stop it. So today I went to Sprouts and I got this like coconut almond creamer. I hope it tastes good, but I'm going to try it because I'm trying to prioritize my well-being, right? Another thing to prioritize my well-being, it's even when I do like nonprofit work, which is not paid, literally volunteer my time and everything. It's like I have boundaries, and I'm good with that. I'm good with saying no, and I have gotten to a place where I can do that, and I feel really happy because I know what I have bandwidth for and what I don't. And although I do have much time to do extra things, doesn't mean I'm gonna do it just because I have the time. So I invite you today in your business and your life, look how you can show up more your true self. And remember, we're all human. We have bad days, good days. We're sad, we're mad. Life happens. It's hard. There's times when I don't post because I seriously do not feel called to. In both my businesses, I haven't been posting as much as I have not felt the calling to. And I've been getting booked out. So I'm like, right now I'm good. Like, and I needed a little period of rest. I got really sick, and I'm like, I really need to I'm so airheaded right now because I have a headache, and my throat was just like horrible and so much pain. I was like, I can't even like respond to emails right now. My head space is not there. So what I did is like stop the flow of things, let things come naturally, right, and slow down. I'm like, instead of putting in this energy and all these posts I'm gonna do for social media, I'm just gonna focus on taking care of my existing brides and making things better, and also like changing some things up in my business that need to be from the back end that nobody can see, that I know are going to make a huge difference in the front end of the business. So that's what I did. And it was prioritizing my well being. It wasn't being popular, it was just doing the right thing. So I really hope that this episode truly helped you. And thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. I have been doing this since 2018, which is insane. I can't believe how long I've been doing this for. And as I go into my new era, I can't believe this is my last year in my 30s. So remember, it's never too soon or too late to start a new career, to start over, to change who you are or what you've been doing in your life. We're constantly evolving and changing. And today is Earth Day. So just see the different little things that you can do in your life to make it, to do something better for the environment, right? And it doesn't have to be nothing crazy. You can literally be like, okay, you know what? I'll start recycling my, metal cans. Instead of putting in the garbage, I put in the recycle. That's one thing. Like in your beauty business, maybe it's like, okay, I know I use like 5 towels every time, and I really only end up using 3. So instead of grabbing 5 towels, I'm gonna save some water by only using the 3 that I really need every single time, because I'm putting an extra 2 just because I took them out. I'm putting them in the wash, and I'm wasting extra water and soap and more tear down on the towels that I'm not using. So just little simple things. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy. And I know, like, being part of the beauty industry is really hard to recycle and repurpose things, but there's so many ways to do so. I know there's color recycling now, there's foil recycling, there's so many things. So with that, have an amazing week, and I'll see you back here next week.